Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today I'm going to talk to you about what to do when you don't know what to do or when nothing feels good. So what I mean by that is if you are in a place in your life right now where you're not feeling satisfied, you're not feeling good, maybe you're feeling depressed, maybe you're feeling anxious, maybe you're feeling just generally not at a good place in your mind, and you can't think of anything that would make you happy. You can't think of any possible future that would make you feel good. You can't think of any next step that feels like the right next step, and you're just feeling stuck in your negative feelings, and like you're having a difficult time thinking of what would make you feel better. This video is about what to do. So most people, when they're feeling stuck in that place and when they're feeling really like stagnated and they're really unhappy where they are, they try with all of their might. So you might be trying with all of your might to think of what might make you happy and what might make you feel better and what you could do next that would make you feel good, or the future that you're supposed to be aiming for that will make you feel happy, and you just can't think of anything, and everything makes you feel worse, and everything feels like work, and everything feels like it will make you tired, and like you just don't want to do anything. Then this is what most people do, right? They try to force themselves to find a solution, and everything just ends up making them feel worse. And so if you are feeling like that, and you are feeling like you can't think of a future that's going to make you happy, and you don't know what your next step is supposed to be because you can't think of anything that's good, and everything is hard, and everything is sad, and everything feels bad, these are my top 3 tips for you, okay? So tip number 1 is schedule self-care into your every single day. Okay, so most of the time when we're feeling really crappy and we're feeling really down and we're feeling really hopeless about our future, we also have this kind of underlying feeling of not being worthy and worthlessness, and like we should be trying harder and should be working harder and should be forcing ourselves to try things and do things and blah 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 to get better, to get ourselves out of this state. And really, the more you sit in that, the more you try to force yourself to be better and do better and accomplish more and figure out what you should be doing, the harder this all is. So if you can just pause for a moment and schedule 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 minutes of self-care into your day, so doing something every single day that is just to take care of yourself, just to make yourself feel good, just to make yourself feel worthy, you are going to start to shift how you feel in general, in a really powerful and impactful way. So this can be something like going for a walk in nature, playing a game of Sudoku, having a bath, watching a trashy TV show that you just really enjoy watching, listening to music and dancing, chatting on the phone with a friend that you really love. Any of these things, drawing, writing, anything that you're doing that you're just doing because you enjoy it and it feels like you're taking care of yourself while you do it, do that, okay? Because, of course, the more you engage in things that make you feel good, the more you're shifting your vibration to a place that you want to be, right? So instead of staying in that vibration of focusing on how much you don't feel good and trying to make that not good feeling go away by trying to do all these other things that don't make you feel good, you just stay stuck in it, okay? So by shifting into self-care, shifting into something that is nourishing and valuing for yourself, you literally shift your vibration. And I guarantee you that you will have resistance to doing this. The thoughts are going to come up that you don't know what you're doing, you're worthless, you're valueless, you should be working, you should be trying to figure it out, you should be doing something right now that's productive, and you're not. And I'm going to say those thoughts are going to come up, and allow them to come up, and then do your self-care anyways, because it is literally one of the most important things you can do to shift yourself out of this state, okay? So tip number 1, self-care, non-negotiable. Resisting thoughts are going to come up, and you're going to do it anyways, okay? So tip number 2 is listen to things that raise your vibration. Listen to things that make you feel good. So, like when I was in this place, I listened to a lot of Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks and Louise Hay and Greg Braden and all of these kind of. I also really liked Ram Dass and Alan Watts. See, just listening to people who are saying things that are contrary to what society tends to tell us, right? So really, society is set up to tell us that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, and that we're not, where we should be, because that makes us good consumers, right? When we feel lacking, we're very good consumers. We're good consumers of education. We're good consumers of consumer goods. We're good consumers of all of this stuff, and we will work really, really hard to get money so that we can be better consumers because we're trying to find our value in our work and all this stuff. So if you can just take some time every single day out of that, where you're listening to a different perspective, where you're listening to someone tell you that you're worthy and you're valuable just as you are, when you're listening to someone tell you that there's more to life than just what you can acquire, when you're listening to someone tell you that your thoughts are powerful and that you are powerful and that you have a say in your life and that your emotions are beautiful things, you literally start to shift your mindset out of that I need to be figuring out what I'm here to do and I need to be figuring out all of this stuff and my purpose and what's going to make me happy and what's going to make me productive and blah, 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 blah. And you can just pull yourself out of that for a little bit. You actually naturally slip yourself into your purpose just by engaging in that vibration every single day, engaging in that energy every single day, shifting your mindset every single day. So step 1, you're doing things just for pleasure every single day. Step 2, you're listening to something that's out of what society is telling you every single day and tuning back into the truth of who you are, essentially, which is that you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are valuable just as you are. There's nothing you need to do, there's nothing you need to accomplish, there's nothing you need to produce in order to earn your worth and your value. It's inherent. It's there. It's not going anywhere. Okay? So those two things, number 1 and number 2, are what you're going to do. Number 3, you're going to realize that this place where you can't think of a happy future and you can't plan for what you want to be doing and you can't do all this stuff is actually a huge blessing, because what it's doing, number 1, is it's teaching you to find your value in the moment. Okay? It's teaching you that when you don't have anything in your life to attach your value to, you actually are in the most powerful position to find your true value and to find your true self-love, which comes from inside, which is not based on anything that you do or anything that you are or anything that you look like or anything that other people are perceiving in you as being valuable. Okay? So this time when you are struggling to be happy is really the greatest opportunity to find your true happiness that is not based on anything outside of you and therefore can never be taken away from you. Okay? So instead of resisting this time and instead of trying to push your way through this time and instead of just trying to feel better or get stronger or in any way push yourself out of this phase, I want you to just relax into it, right? And I talk about this in pretty much every single one of my videos. The worst thing you can do is resist what you're going through, and it is the same for this. If you are trying to resist this phase of your life, if you're trying to push away what's happening to you, if you are trying to not experience this, the longer it's going to hang around, okay? So the more you just allow yourself to say, okay, this is a blessing for me. This is drawing me into who I really am. This is teaching me to find my value within myself and to find my happiness within myself and to find my love for myself within myself, not based on anything outside of me. Once you have that, you are liberated. That is literally, you are, set free to live a life of happiness forever that is not based on external circumstance. And that is really true freedom. And the second thing that this little period of time in your life is trying to teach you is how to be in the moment. You can't plan for the future because nothing feels good. There's nothing that you can think of that you can do in the future that's going to make you feel good, because The universe is trying to teach you, you are trying to teach you how to find pleasure right here, right now, in your current circumstance. And that's why tip number 1 and tip number 2 are what they are, is to build into your everyday life right here, right now, in your uncomfortable circumstance, moments of feeling good. Because as you do that, you train yourself how to make yourself feel good no matter what's going on. And the more you follow what feels good, the more you follow your path, and eventually you will look back and realize that you got back on your path, months ago, and you didn't even notice because you were just doing the next best thing that felt good because you had trained yourself to do the next best thing that felt good by taking care of yourself and listening to things that made you feel good and being inspired by those things, and then just slowly, step by step, taking on the next best thing that feels good. And then you realize that that is really the secret to living your purpose and living your true life, is just doing that next best thing that feels good. And so all of this is to say that when you're feeling super stuck and when you're feeling like you can't find what's going to be happy for you and what's going to be good for you, it is an opportunity to go inside and to really find what really is going to make you happy, okay? And it's an opportunity to go inside and really discover what your value is. So if you're feeling stuck, I want you to stop resisting, to realize that it's a huge blessing that's going to make your future life so much easier and so much better, okay? And allow it to be something that tunes you back into yourself, that tunes you back into feeling good right here, right now. You don't need an external circumstance to make it happen. You can feel good now. You can feel valuable now. And I want you to start practicing doing that now. And then do the next best thing that feels good. And if thinking about even tomorrow feels bad, don't. Okay? Pull yourself back to where you are. What's the next best thing that feels good? If that's taking a nap, you're taking a nap. If that's going for a walk, you're taking a walk. If that's eating dinner, you're eating dinner. Okay? Next best thing that feels good. And from there, you're going to slowly and surely build a new life for yourself where you literally are tuning into yourself in order to make decisions, and you're tuning into your intuition in order to live your life. And so this period of stagnation is actually a huge blessing and a huge catalyst for you to connect with your true life and your true life purpose and your value that's within you, that has nothing to do with what you do. Okay? So that's my tip for what to do when nothing feels good and you can't find a future that feels like a good future. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below, like, subscribe, any video requests, and I will see you in the next video.